The Royal Challengers Bangalore's time has finally come. It's been 16 men's IPL seasons and 2 women's Premier League seasons, and they've lifted the trophy. It's very similar to the run they had at the start of the men's IPL, where they finished second last in the first season in 2008, and then they got to the final in 2009. This time with the women's team, they also finished second last in 2023, but in 2024, they lifted the trophy. They are champions, and they've given RCB a cup finally. Here are the takeaways from an epic WPL. So we've touched on it a little bit in the introduction, but really the way that RCB came back, not just in the final, but in the entire season is our first takeaway. In this match, in the final, the Delhi Capitals were 64 without loss and then lost 10 wickets for 49 runs thanks to RCB spinners. Now that's a fabulous comeback to bowl them out for 113, but it's not the only comeback that RCB have made in the tournament. They started out fairly well. They lost a few games, ended up with a win-loss ratio that was equal. They had to come back from a heartbreaking 1-run loss to Delhi Capitals in the last league game to then go on and win the eliminator against the Mumbai Indians. It was really those 2 little games where Richa Ghosh had the opportunity to win the game against Delhi, hit the winning runs, and she fell short. But then she came good and hit those winning runs. It's her, it's RCB. They are the comeback queens of the tournament. Our second takeaway is about leadership, because the 2 captains involved in the final were both among the leading run scorers, Meg Lanning all the way to the final when she was pipped by Elise Perry. Of course, Elise Perry is not the captain of RCB, but she's been in a leadership role before, and she stood up with the bat and did fantastically. Their actual captain, Smriti Mandhana, well, she was there too. She was 4th on the run scoring charts, and she scored 2 50s and really led the team exceptionally well through the season. And our final takeaway has to be for RCB's bowlers, and in particular, the off-spinner Shriyanka Patil. She was bowling through the tournament with a hairline fracture in her left hand. It's not her bowling hand, but it's still something that could hamper a player. We saw that there was a lot of strapping and covering on that. It didn't bother her at all. She fielded really well out there and took a magnificent 4 wickets in the final to end as the leading bowler. She also had a fabulous tournament through the league stage with another 4 for there. She's also a symbol of what India's youngsters have to offer. We saw some really good talent through the tournament. Shafali Verma, we know about. Titas Sadhu is among them, and Shabnam Shakil, the young fast bowler as well. There's so much promise as another WPL comes to a close. Well, we saw some amazing crowds. The final was a sellout with nearly 30,000 people at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi. Both venues very well supported. And in the end, I guess we can say the People's Champion won, because RCB had the home support for the first half and loads of fans through the second half of the competition. And they're the team that lifts the trophy.